The decision was a 6-3 ruling split along ideological lines. Conservatives argue that a president needs some protection for official acts they take in the White House, but the liberal justices argue that this could just turn the president into a king, something which President Biden echoed here at the White House Monday night.
It's a dangerous precedent.
President Joe Biden blasting the Supreme Court ruling as a threat to democracy, saying it will give future presidents unfettered power.
For all practical purposes, today's decision almost certainly means that there are virtually no limits on what a president can do.
The landmark decision was the final ruling of the term from a bitterly divided Supreme Court, the conservative majority ruling that a president cannot be prosecuted for official acts, saying that this would ensure a, quote, energetic, independent executive. This ruling is also being seen as a huge win for former President Donald Trump, who was seeking this immunity in his federal election interference case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. Trump has repeatedly argued that without such immunity, a president would be paralyzed over the fear of future lawsuits. On Truth Social on Monday, Trump called the ruling brilliantly written and wise, saying it, quote, clears the stench from the Biden trials and hoaxes.
It is stunning, the sweeping immunity.
Legal analyst Cliff Sloan of Georgetown Law says the scope of this ruling was a major surprise.
It's unlike anything we've ever had in our history, and it really fundamentally changes the separation of powers in a way that I think is very troubling and very unhealthy for the country.
That sentiment shared by liberal Justice Sonia Sotomayor, who wrote in a scathing dissent, the relationship between the president and the people he serves has shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. Trump's case will now be sent back to the lower courts to determine which acts outlined in his indictment should be considered official and thus protected from prosecution. All of this weakening the case against Trump.
Perhaps most importantly, the American people must decide if they want to entrust the president once again, the presidency, to Donald Trump, now knowing he'll be even more emboldened to do whatever he pleases whenever he wants to do it.
Now, this ruling does not just weaken the case against former President Trump, but also delays it, making it extraordinarily unlikely that we'll have a trial before Election Day. And of course, if Trump does win the election on November 5th, he can instruct his Justice Department to drop all charges. Reporting here at the White House, this is Koslof, Spectrum News.